Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are doing my last bit of beauty empties for the year of 2020. So basically I'm going to go over the last bit of empties that I was able to use up in the month of December, give you a little mini review, and then I'm going to tell you my total use up value for the year. So why don't we go ahead and get into it. Okay, as we get started this year, every video that I did that was an empties video, I ended up trying to push myself to declutter things that I knew I just wasn't going to use and needed to let go of. This time around, I have 3 items that need to go. This thing here came with like a beauty oil or something that I got. It's supposed to be like a little exfoliating kind of pad that you like reuse, but honestly, I tried it like once on my face. It was way too hard. Plus, I don't think that this kind of thing is good for like your skin barrier. And then I tried to use it on my body and it gives me that like, I don't like that sensation on my body. So it makes me like have chills. I don't like it. So I am gonna get rid of this. And then I also have 2 nail polishes here. This one is just super old. It has to be built up quite a bit and I don't really find that it's as vibrant as I want it to be. I want it to be neon, and I did replace some nail polishes in my collection this year with actual good quality neon shades, so I'm gonna let this one go. And then I also got an orange that is way better quality than this China Glaze one, so I'm gonna let these 2 go. And just in case you're wondering, the Naked and Neon set from Nails Inc. was the set that I got that I'm absolutely in love with, and that's what I replaced those other 2 with. Also, I apologize if the lighting is like not very good for today's video. All I have is this ring light because the sun is completely down. In full disclosure, Beau is home this week and I've been so distracted playing video games and just spending time with him that I don't quite get around to filming in the daytime when I actually have light. So it's currently about like 3 or so and the sun is completely down, so I'm doing the best I can, but I'm sorry if the lighting is just awful. Okay, getting into makeup empties, and speaking of Beau, I have 2 Carmex lip balms that he used up here. Again, he's just the king of panning these like Carmex balms. Honestly, he tells me that he does not put them on toast or eat them, but right now, and I know for a fact that he does a lot of biking and his poor face is so wind chapped, so I know his lips have to take a beating too. So he has another 2 down for this year. And a quick side note, I actually kept all of his Carmex balms for my year-long makeup empties specifically that will go up in January, but I'm actually so excited just to see how many Carmex balms he's finished this year. I'm actually curious myself and I have not counted it up yet, but I'm sure it's a good amount. Okay, getting into my actual makeup empties, I have a duo lash adhesive here. Technically, I didn't finish all of this before it went bad, but I'm gonna count this as like 80% of the value because there's a large air bubble in it, but I used almost all of it up before it went bad. It got to the point where it got watery and it lost its kind of adhesive ability. I've used so much of this that I know how long it took to dry down. I know how it held, and towards the end of this one's lifetime, it stopped sticking to my eyes well, and so I just decided to get rid of this one. And I recently switched to this duo lash adhesive, and out of the 2, if you like something that takes more time to dry down, provides a good hold, this one I think is better. This one dries down super quick. It was a little bit of a learning curve, but I think actually I would prefer this one in the future, and I'm going to continue to buy this one. Plus I like that this one has like a little brush applicator to it, and it's a little easier to not over apply like the product onto your lashes. This one sometimes I would put it on a little too thick and then it took even longer to dry. So I do like this one better, but you do kind of have to work much quicker than like this guy. Okay, the other thing that I was holding here was a Bite Beauty lip sample. This might have come in like the birthday gift last year from Sephora, but it had a little lip balm and lip scrub sample. The lip scrub I went through pretty quickly, but the lip balm this little sample lasted a really long time. I believe if I remember my tallies correctly, it was like over 20 uses. I actually have a mini of this guy and I like to travel with it, but I do think they reformulated this, so I'm not quite sure if I would pick it up again because I don't know. It's a little on the thick side, which is nice for like a lip balm like at night, but I don't think it's something that I would reach for too often unless I was traveling. Now the other lip product that I have here that I finished up, I actually really do like, and I have another one that a friend sent me. This is Everything Lip Oil from NYX. I thought this was really easy to put on, really lightweight and nice just to have on during the daytime, and I really like this. I was actually surprised that I like this because I remember Too Much Tosh saying that she prefers like the balm or the like balm that comes in like the tub, and she wasn't too crazy about this one, but I have the balm in the tub too. I haven't tried it yet, but I really quite like this. I do like a lip oil. I like the applicator of lip oil versus having to put your finger into like a tub. But I'm actually really glad I have a backup of this because I do like this product quite a bit. All right, let's just continue on with NYX products. I have a NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and that is what that little empty tube looks like. So satisfying. I didn't really find that this color corrected that well, and I do think they have discontinued this project, so it's not something I could pick up anyways. And then the other thing here I have is the Liquid Illuminator from NYX, and this was like a pink icy shade. I did not really love this on my face. It had a little bit too much micro glitter in it, and if I wanted to use it as a primer, you would kind of see those bits of micro glitter all over my face. So what I ended up doing was putting this into lotion and using it up that way, and I did cut it out and get everything out. And while I'm not a fan of this like as a highlight, I actually did really like it in body lotion. So in the future, especially if these things were on sale, I might consider picking this thing up again just for like a body lotion kind of thing. Okay, I have 3 more makeup items, and then I do have some other items that are miscellaneous. This is a Too Faced Peach Mist Spray. I did not really like this as a setting spray, but as a touch-up spray, like a blotting kind of spray when you get a little oily later in the day, I really enjoyed this. I never thought I would ever use anything other than like a blotting powder or like maybe a blotting sheet to do that kind of thing, but I really liked the way this looked on my skin. After my oil started to peek through a little bit, I was just able to give my face just a little bit of a spray, and it looked so like nice. It did help take down my oils, and I'm really surprised to say this, but I would actually pick this up again if I saw it on sale. I do think the price of it is a little bit much for what it is, but if I saw this, especially at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, I would definitely pick this up again. Also, I know that Makeup with Mariella said that she gets like white powder spots on her face when she uses this powder or this spray. I didn't have that issue. I did shake it like a ton when I would use it. Now towards the end of its life, it stopped spraying as well and did more of like a sweater, and I saw more like large droplets on my face, but I still didn't have an issue with it looking powdery on my face. So I don't know if maybe I just got a good one or if the majority of them do what she says, but it would be something that if that happened to me, I don't think I would want to pick it up again. Okay, next up is a tattoo liner from KVT Beauty, and I quite liked this pretty well, and I do think that it had a very good lifespan for what it was. I know most liners like this that I try end up drying out super quickly. I'm using one right now from like Lottie London, and I am already having to like bleed it sometimes because it'll get a little dry, but this is more of like a brush tip rather than a felt tip, and I think that's part of why it doesn't dry out as bad, and I really do like this. I think towards the end of using it up, I didn't really think it was that special, and now that I'm trying to move on to another one, I'm like, okay, I missed this one. But right now I don't think I'm gonna pick up another one like this, at least for a little while. I want to try some potted ones. I want to try some different brands and see which style eyeliner it's for me, but for now I'm gonna skip picking one of these up even though it's pretty good. Okay, and the last makeup item I have here is a Hocus Pocus primer from Soap & Glory. They don't make this sadly anymore, but I really enjoyed this primer. It was an illuminating primer that had a little bit of like a peach cast to it, and I just thought it wasn't too intense. There were no big glitter particles in it, and I just really loved this, and I'm sadly going to miss this quite a bit, but they do not make it anymore, so I can't replace it. However, if you do know of anything like this, please let me know that it had like I don't think I have any more. No, I can barely get anything out of it anymore, but it had a little bit of like I said, a peach cast to it. If you know anything similar to that, let me know. I don't want straight gold, I don't want straight pink, but I do like that kind of like peachy orange kind of thing. I felt like it kind of complemented my skin, so I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for something similar to this, even though again, broken record here, I really enjoyed this and I'm going to miss this one. Actually, this might be my last makeup empty, even though I technically use this as skincare. This was a Mario Badescu facial spray. I'm trying to stop using these because the fragrance in them isn't good for your skin, especially when you can kind of make your own. I actually did show how I like to make my own like facial sprays in a previous Shop My Stash. I'll link that video if you're interested, but I have a great recipe for making my own facial mist. So in the future, once I use up all of these, I'm not gonna buy them anymore, and I'm gonna continue to make my own because it really is like a killer recipe for a facial mist. Okay, moving firmly into skincare, we have a little marula oil from Drunk Elephant. It was a sample size. It had a good bit of like product in there. I actually took this on a recent trip and used it as like a nighttime kind of an occlusive barrier over my like moisturizer at night because I didn't want to pack all of my moisturizer, so I wanted to have like a nice something to hold that moisture onto my skin, so that's what I used this for. I do think it was nice, but definitely not worth like the $72 I think it is for like 1 ounce. Like that's ridiculous. You can find a million other good oils from like The Ordinary or Timeless or something for fractions of the price of what this one costs. Also here I have an OPI natural nail base coat, and this was in my year-long project pan. It has a little bit of product in there, and someone told me that they like to like dump it out and use it completely up. I might try to do that, but for me it is done. I can't really get any more product on the brush to really do my nails very well. It just kind of stays coating like the sides or the bottom. Also, I do not know where to get nail polish thinner here in Sweden, so if you're from Sweden and you know where to pick those kind of products up, let me know. I've personally never seen anything like that in store here, but I would be interested in picking one up if someone could tell me where to look. But either way, this is done, and I do have a backup with this one. I actually really like this product. Okay, last couple products. I have an Argan Magic hair mask. I got this at TJ Maxx for $7.99 and it does retail for $11, so probably not the most money saved. Although I did think the mask was nice, but admittedly, I really don't know much about hair masks in general. It felt like a thicker kind of conditioner and I used it kind of like that. So typically what I do with my hair is like, I do like one deep wash and then I will style it and I will wear it for, I get 3 to 4 days before I have to wash it again. But I don't like to go strip my hair of the oil immediately once it kind of starts to get oily. What I like to do is go in with a hair mask and then kind of wash it out in the shower. And then I'll wear my hair curly like this for a day, maybe 2 days if it can handle it. And then I'll wash my hair out again with like a good shampoo and conditioner. And then I go right back to styling it dry and then the same thing. So that's what I was using this for. But I think for now, I'm just going to use some of my regular conditioner because I'm trying to not buy so many products so that I'm working through some of my items that I have here, in hopes that we will get the chance to move in the future and that I'll make my job of moving easier having less product to haul around and move around. I also used up a couple little samples of like the Hask bamboo oil shampoo conditioner. I have a picture of it. I ended up throwing them away on our recent trip because I finished them and didn't feel like lugging the thing back, but somehow this one made it back in my bag without me knowing it. And I also had like an Arbonne body wash in there too. And truthfully, I don't really remember how I felt about this shampoo and conditioner. I remember thinking, oh, that feels nice. Like, it did get my hair clean, but these little sample packs, I'm not quite sure if they give me enough to actually like fully form an opinion. Right now, I'm going to continue with my tried and true shampoo and conditioner that I already have, but I am glad to get these little things in sample packs sometimes because they're really nice to travel with. And then the last item I have here is a tanning mitt. Mine is disgusting. Mine's very old, but I recently did replace it with another tanning mitt that is less disgusting and less gross, so I'm gonna throw this one away. In general, I highly recommend using these kind of tanning mitts if you're doing self-tan because they will not turn your like hands orange, which is super helpful. Okay, now for the fun part, let's talk about Empties totals. In 2019, I used up just over $1,000, $1,061.56, and I was hoping to beat that this year. So for 2020, I actually did beat that value, and I'm really actually kind of surprised and shocked at how much I went over that. This year, I ended up using up $1,481.58 worth. So maybe in 2021, I'll have to push myself to try to reach like $1,500, maybe, because I got pretty darn close to it this year. But I'm very excited to kind of have beaten that record of last year, and I'm going to continue on trying to top that next year. So in the comments, let me know what your like beauty and makeup total empties was for the year of 2020. Make sure you say hello, and I will see you in the next one.